Hi, I'm Robin Smale, otherwise known as Robin to Go, and I tweet. Sometimes I feel like I tweet for a living. Um, I'm a disruptive technologist at Penn State, interested in social media and how we use it to create conversations across any number of uh, silos and groups and boundaries. It seems to cross through everybody. Um, I've been on Twitter for 3 years. Over 3 years actually. I follow about a little more than 400 people, and I have about twice that following me. I think that they're probably most of them spam bots, but that's okay because somebody's got to love the spam bots. Um, I I engage in social media because it is the human connection. Technology is about tools, and tools that are incredibly useful, but tools are only as good as um, they are in solving our problems or our needs. Um, I think that social media, specifically Twitter, is what allows us to reach out and engage with like-minded people in an incredible mix of interests and ideas and backgrounds. Um, you know, Jeff is doing his informal learning spaces. He's doing his doctoral research in informal learning spaces. Wow, is it Friday yet? Okay, but anyway, how these informal learning spaces influence identity, and I'm comfortable in Twitter. I think I'm comfortable because it is informal. I'm a relatively informal kind of gal. I like to be able to I like to be able to reach people when they are informal. There seem to be a lot less pretenses, and I really like that. I think that Twitter allows us to be authentic, and it allows that authenticity to come across. Um, Twitter sort of fills that space between formal blogging, where you have uh, written, coherent thoughts about an idea that you publish and you let other people comment on in turn, versus a face-to-face dialogue and discussion of ideas. I think that we we get a richer conversation when there are more people that are involved, and Twitter allows that. Um, you know, you're watching a video right now of somebody talking, and if I'm lucky, when I post it, people will take the time to listen to it. They might actually think about it, and if I'm really fortunate, they might either leave a comment on my blog, or they might do a video response to my video response from Jeff. Um, that's a lot of ifs. That's a lot of effort. People are busy, and I know that people are busy. Um, but here's the thing: is that what if you could have a conversation with a whole bunch of people who are interested in what you wanted to talk about, just by putting it out there in 140 characters or less? Um, you know, Jim Groom, aka the Reverend, aka the Baba, has already responded to Jeff, and one of the points that he made was that Twitter captures the banter, and I think that that's incredibly powerful. That is a brilliant insight, because in our banter and in our laughter, we become approachable, and Twitter allows that. Twitter allows us to approach anybody that we want. When I started on Twitter 3 years ago, I followed people that I knew of but didn't know. They were local, people like Cole Camplice and Alan Gorky and Brad Kozlik. I followed some coworkers because I knew them, I didn't necessarily interact with them very well. Uh, I lurked a lot. I know that's hard to believe, but my use of Twitter over the 3 years has really uh, it's been highly illuminating for me, because while I'm a fangirl of certain people like Zeldman, and some of the edupunk effort here in higher ed, um, you know, it's okay. I don't have to be pegged as a web designer. I don't have to be pegged as just a high ed geek. I don't have to be pegged as anything. I can have multiple interests. They can cover multiple areas of things. It makes me a multifaceted person and somebody who's more interesting and more interested in a number of people. Um, Twitter is about being human. It's about allowing people being human, being allowed to interact with people in an environment that welcomes you. Uh, it allows you to ask questions and to ask for help and to offer support. And I think that as a result of this kind of an informal learning space, I have learned um, an incredible number of things from any any topic that you can think of, from higher ed people who I've gone to conferences with and have become very good friends with, to people that I first followed and I now work with, because they engage with me. They have, we have a love of technology in a teaching and learning environment. We do things like Twitter because we explore these new arenas, and I think that the reason that Twitter is my favorite is just because um, we can be human and we can connect on a one to many, or even better, a many to many basis. It allows us to have dialogue. It allows us to have a voice, no matter what it is that we're talking about, no matter what who is asking the question. I can put my voice in there and I can contribute. Um, I've built my personal brand uh, in large part, I think, because of Twitter. Uh, I am very definitely Robin to go, and people who know me um, recognize that I am absolutely a disruptive technologist in just about any sense of the word. Um, and I think that comment that Jim Groom made, that Twitter allows you to capture the banter, um, is just a perfect immediate response on Twitter. I can put something out there and somebody will respond, and it might be a joke, it might be a chuckle, it might be helpful, it might be witty, um, but it's all relatable. It's something that I find amazing, that technology, that a specific tool can allow us to have such an expanse of friends, people who I may have met once or not at all. Um, we are only friends virtually, and yet I know an awful lot about them and their lives and their interests. Uh, they know the same about me. We go through these interactions that um, that result in friendship, and I think that in an informal learning space, I think that that's probably one of the best things to learn. Um, you know, as always, your mileage may vary. This is a really long response. I think, response. I think it's probably number 11 or 12 that I have tried to write and respond to Jeff in. Some of them have run 12 seconds, some of them have run almost 10. And I thought, oh, I can do better, I know, and yet here I am almost at 10 again. I feel passionately about Twitter. I feel passionately about social media. It allows us to be human, and it allows us to engage people in a very intimate manner if we so choose. And that's huge. And I think that we lose that um, in our daily lives, and this is one way that so easily brings it right back to the forefront. So there's a really long-winded answer, Jeff. Hope it helps.